Salute everybody. I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. The real reason Shanquella was attacked, part 2. Shank clears up the #1 bartender's name. But before I get started with this demonstration, if I could get you to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you're watching this from the backup channel, Shank Films, you'll have to, if you want to be in the chat, if you want to see the chat, you'll have to come to the main channel to actually be a part of the chat. So once again, if you're watching this demonstration from the backup channel, Shank Films, you'll have to come to the main channel to be able to see the chat and be a part of the chat. If I could get you to hit the like button as well as subscribe to the channel. Salute to everybody that's catching this on the replay. Salute to everybody that's watching from the clouds. Salute to all of my moderators. Salute to my troublemakers. Salute to my angels. And a big salute. And I give the #1 bartender, Tanzas, flowers. This is your demonstration. This is for you, Tanzas. Salute to the whole rock squad. For those that's in my bushes, I ain't going to salute you. I'm glad you're here because you're here in my bushes for a reason. And I'm glad that you in my bushes so you could hear exactly what the old man has to say. This demonstration, once again, real reason Shanquella was attacked, part 2. Shank clears up the #1 bartender's name. Salute to everybody in the chat. I'll get around to saluting you all individually. Let me get into this demonstration because I have some things that I need to say. So I done a demonstration a couple days ago. The real reason Shanquella was attacked. And I was going off of Danny the Truth Teller's demonstration. A big shout out to Danny the Truth Teller. Teller flowers. She's one of the best that I would say in the Shanquella Robinson sector when it comes to covering Shanquella's case. At the time, I wasn't aware that Danny's demonstration was an old demonstration. I was under the impression that it was something new from Danny, but it was an old demonstration. I also was under the impression that when Danny was talking to the concierge, I was under the impression that the concierge was speaking directly about Shanquella Robinson. Later on, I think it was the next day, Danny reached out to me and she let me know that, of course, it was an old video that she done. And she was only, when she was talking to the concierge, it was hypothetically speaking. When he was mentioning that the attack was over some money being owed. He was referenced to it hypothetically. He wasn't directly saying that that's what happened. So appreciate that, Danny, for clearing it up. also Happy, I think it was Happy Reality. She was the first one to bring it to my attention in the chat, and somebody else. So I appreciate y'all for bringing that to my attention. So what does that mean? Does that mean that the motive wasn't over money? Even though the concierge was talking hypothetically to Danny, could it still mean that the attack was over money? Once again, I'll let you all decide. I'll give y'all my take on it. My take on the motive still stands. My belief is that the motive was over something that just happened. It was a spur of the moment. There are a lot of people that believe that this was put in motion, the attack was put in motion even before they made it to Cabo. I still believe that something happened that night. Something happened that night because Shanquella arrived early Friday, but DJ and them arrived later Friday evening. The dinner, I believe, was 9 o'clock. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. So we know that something had to happen between 9-ish when DJ and them arrived and early in the morning. We saw them at the dinner. Some people feel as though the videos were put together. And by the way, make sure y'all go and visit the #1 bartender, Tanz's, at the bar and get your favorite drink. That's my belief. And I still stand 10 toes down on my belief. Because after DJ attacks her, she make reference. Get up, bro. Talking to Shanquella. Get up, bro. Pop that ish. Talk that ish. I'm sick of your ish. However, some people feel as though it was a hit. Everybody know how I feel about it being a hit. I don't believe it was a hit because, in my opinion, when someone puts a hit out or somebody takes the hit, usually it's done with a firearm. Usually it's done with a firearm. A fight, an attack to get rid of somebody, and that was the assignment. That's not how that worked. And I know a lot of y'all feel like they young, Shank. I know a lot of y'all feel like, well, they did it like that, so it wouldn't seem like a hit. Nah. Whoever it was, allegedly, that would have put a hit, allegedly, would have put a hit, they'd have put a bullet in her head. So in my opinion, I don't believe as though it was a hit, but everybody else is welcome to their opinions. I just believe that it was something that just happened between 9 p.m. in the wee hours of the morning. What could have happened? What could have happened? If we go by the videos that we see, we don't see Shanquella in the videos. We only hear her voice. Where y'all hoes at? It don't take y'all that long. Where y'all hoes at? And even when she arrived and they were in the room, the three females were in the room, she kind of like cracked jokes on DJ and Winter when they were doing push-ups. In my opinion, they wasn't too happy with that. The fact that she's moving around, calling them hoes, where your hoes at? And then when she cracked the jokes on them about the push-ups, I believe they felt some kind of way. That's just my belief, y'all. I believe they felt some kind of way. Going by the audio recording of alleged Winter Donovan. Some people believe the same as I believe that that's her. Some people believe that that's not her. But I do believe that that's Winter's voice in the audio. She said Shanquella done some crazy-ish while she was drunk. Shanquella didn't want to fight. Even in the attack video, we see Shanquella don't want to fight. We hear a voice. Me, along with some other people, believe that that's Malik's voice. Shanquella, you could at least fight back. Then we hear another voice. Most of us believe it's Khalil's voice. Why she ain't fighting back? Some people that say Shank, it was already put in motion months ago. But what we know months ago, before they arrived, we know that Shanquella wasn't even scheduled to go on the trip. Some of y'all might say, that's the fake out, Shank. That's the 50-50. That's the cool breeze. They want us to believe that Shanquella wasn't going to go on that trip. They set it up, Shank. I'm not going to say that they didn't. Anything is possible. But for what we know, she wasn't scheduled to go on the trip from the beginning. She came along later on to fit the bill or to fit, I think it was 2 or maybe 1. Y'all can help me out. But allegedly, somebody else, at least one other person, didn't go. So that's why Shanquella was invited on the trip. Now, if that's the reason why Shanquella was invited on the trip, then it being a hit, it being put in motion months ago, goes out the window. What's the real reason Shanquella was attacked? If it was a hit, if that was the assignment, why record it? If that was the assignment, why record it? Some people say, well, they recorded it, so whoever put the hit out will know that she's unalive. It sound good. It sound good. But guess what? Without the video, she still came up unalive. So they didn't need the video to show whoever allegedly put the hit out. They ain't need the video. They could show the obituary. They could show the police report, the autopsy. There's other things that they could show the person that allegedly put the hit out that she's unalive. They just show the obituary. Go on Facebook and see. Shanquella's birthday is coming up in a few days, less than a week. Still no justice for Shanquella Robinson. Me, along with the other content creators, we use our platforms to keep her name alive. We use our platform to keep her name alive. If you have a Facebook, if you have an Instagram, whatever social media platform you may have, can you help us content creators keep her name alive by posting this demonstration? Or if not posting this demonstration, post a picture of Shanquella. Hashtag her name. So now we can backtrack because it's 15 months. We can backtrack and see what happened. What happened that night? What happened that night? Danny the Truth Teller spoke with Nazia recently. And he mentioned to Danny that Malik is the one that definitely recorded it, the attack. He mentioned that Malik woke up to the attack. Malik recorded it and said, look what I woke up to. So Malik allegedly was asleep. But in the conversation between Danny and Nazia, Malik recorded it, woke up to it, and said, look what I woke up to. Allegedly, Malik video to Connecticut, back to Connecticut, to a group chat. It was a group chat. I don't know who was in that group chat. I know one that was in that group chat, Pretty Brooklyn. So Malik sent that attack footage that he recorded, according to Nazir, to the group chat back in Connecticut. Pretty Brooklyn put it on Twitter. There was a female in that group chat what was done to Shanquella, and that person, that female in that group chat, sent the video to Gerald from North Carolina Beat. Even Gerald said that's how he received the footage, because it was a female that had that video and felt as though it was wrong what they done. I'm just backtracking for all the newbies and for maybe those that forgot or didn't know. That's how it got out. That's how it got out. Something that we all believe. We all believe that there's a cover-up, because 6 Negroes don't make it out of Mexico back to the United States of America, and 1 has been unalive, and none of the 6 was detained. None of the 6 was taken down to the police station. The doctor, the police, the 2 police officers and the doctor saw Shanquella's body. Facts. That's facts. The doctor, the 2 police officers saw her body. They saw the condition of her body. Why was the police on the scene in the first place? Marty answered the question. Because it was, that's the only time they gonna come, when it's a crime scene. The police is there. Facts. Some people don't believe the service worker, but the police officers was there. It was 2 police officers. Some people, well, maybe the doctor was a man. Maybe the doctor was a woman. Maybe it wasn't no doctor. But the 2 police officers was there. So how did 6 Negroes get up out of there without being detained? And they saw, and they knew that wasn't alcohol poisoning, because in the police report now, remember, the police report in Mexico, they got a call that Shanquella had been beaten. Drop a 1 in the chat if y'all heard it when I played it from the lead attorney. Drop a 1 if y'all heard when I played the lead attorney in the police report. The police, I think it was 5:30. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, Marty, Tina. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. 5:30, or maybe they didn't give a time, but the police did get information from somebody that Shanquella had been beaten. But even in Shanquella's death, even in her death, she outshined the Cabo Six. Look at all the people that she's brought together, even in her death. So no matter what they did, they still couldn't stop what her purpose on this earth was for. I know her family is hurting. I know. I met her family. I met her family. Sometimes I got to catch Sometimes I got to catch myself. A lot of people still believes that Winter put hands on Shanquella. Where's that video? Where's that video? I want to, just for a few minutes, I'm not I know y'all don't get me. I know I should be in the bed resting. I know I'm not all the way over this cold or flu. I know y'all, I know, but I needed to do this demonstration because I needed to fix the part of me saying that the concierge stated that it was over money, but he was speaking hypothetically speaking. But also, I need to clear up the #1 bartender's name, Tanzas, because Tanzas was accused of something by a content creator, and the content creator was definitely wrong about what she accused Tanzas of. Now, Tanzas moderates for me and another content creator. And Tanzas does an excellent job moderating for me and another content creator. Tanzas was moderating for the other content creator first. She was moderating for this other content creator first. And I like how good of a job that Tanzas was doing moderating for him. So I gave her a wrench. And then I had to backtrack and ask her, would she like to be one of my moderators? She said, sure, Shank. Because I liked the job that she was doing on that other moderator's channel. Done an excellent job. She does an excellent job over here with us. She does an excellent job over there with him. I don't have no problem with her moderating over there. And I'm sure he don't have a problem with her moderating over here. Now, it's another content creator, which is a female. Tanzas doesn't moderate for that content creator that's a female, but she's always over there rocking with them. No big deal. The female content creator felt as though Tanzis was trying to check her to get brownie points from me. Tanzis was only over there to disrupt her platform for me. That's so wrong. That is so wrong. When I heard the content creator and what she was saying, I said, she got it all wrong. Now, I had the same issue with this female content creator. Same female content creator had me all wrong. Was sneak dissing me. Claimed she wasn't sneak dissing me. Now, when this content creator was sneak dissing me, Tanzis was in her chat. Tanzis wrote it neutral. Tanzis never laughed. Tanzis never said nothing. Tanzis wrote it neutral. When I came back and I addressed that female content creator, Tanzis was in my chat. Tanzis wrote it neutral. Tanzis never came to me and said, Shank, you was right, you was wrong. Tanzis never came to me and said that that female content creator was right or wrong. Tanzis minded her business. Tanzis stayed out of it the whole time. The whole time. Even when me and the male content creator, when that male content creator takes shots at me, Tanzis rides it neutral. When I had to address that content creator, Tanzis wrote it neutral. Tanzis really don't have nothing to do with what me and these content creators got going on. She don't. She don't. She really don't. Now, when the content creator, when this female content creator was playing her live about Tanzis, Tanzis was woman enough to go in the chat because everybody knew who she was talking about. They even put Tanzis' name. Some people was like, who she talking about? Some people was like, Tanzis. She talking about Tanzis. Tanzis went in the chat to get things cleared up. She never responded back to Tanzis. It could have been an easy fix. It could have been a quick fix. A quick fix. And probably even to this day, she'll probably say she wasn't talking about Tanzis. Everybody know you was talking about Tanzis. Tanzis came in your chat like a woman. Woman to woman. You say Tanzis tried to check you. Let me tell you what checking is. Now, 80s baby, strength of me. That's checking you. Your chat. Because when you were sneak dissing me, 80s baby didn't know that you were sneak until later on. She found out from me that you were sneak dissing me. So I addressed you. Then you come back and 80s baby came straight to you about me. That's checking you concerning me. What 80s baby's done. What Tanzis done, that wasn't checking you. It wasn't trying to win no brownie points from me. It wasn't trying to show off for me. No. Tanzas heard you say something. Tanzas had a different look on it. I'm different. She's entitled to that. You look in my chat. People don't always agree with me. They're entitled to that. But I just wanted to clear Tanz's name up for those that are in my bushes. She was wrong about Tanzas. And I felt bad. And I wasn't even going to address this. One of my Rock Squad members told me, because I went to one of my Rock Squad members, because I wanted to straight address it. But my Rock Squad member said, Shank, you know what they doing. You know why they keep taking shots at you, Shank. You know why they keep taking shots at you. Don't feed into it. Just let it go. And I was like, you right. But I just couldn't get it off my mind as far as how you done Tanzas. What you done for Tanzas, but your heart is so hard. You got a hard heart. Even when you was sneak dissing me, what did you say? And I might be wrong, but still, I just can't trust. I don't know who got my back. You was wrong about me, but your hardened heart wouldn't soften up to let you see that you got it wrong about me. What did you say about Tanzas? Because your own people know Tanzas is good people. Your own people know you was wrong about Tanzas. What did you say? And I don't want nobody saying that it's a misunderstanding. Your heart is hard, honestly. And I'm being respectful as I can. I'm not disrespecting you at all. I'm just calling it how I see it. You got a hard heart. Your own people. What did you say? And I don't want nobody saying there's a misunderstanding and all of that. No. I'll say it again. You was wrong about Tanzas. Ask your buddy, the other content creator that she moderate for. Ask him. He might not like Shank, but I promise you, he gonna agree with me and say, Tanzas ain't no bad person. Tanzas, nah, not Tanzas, because that's the person that you reference to. The only reason why you allow her to be over there because of him. Ask him. He'll tell you. Tanzas good people. I'm almost finished. I'm almost finished. You got to get me out of your head. I don't despise you. I don't. But you got me living in your head rent free. Get me out of your head. You spend too much time worrying about me. Get me out of your head. It's not good for you. Trust me. It's not good. We ain't worrying about you over here. We ain't thinking about you over here. Let me show you this. I ain't thinking about you. I ain't thinking about you. Clear Tanz's name up to let everybody know. I know what y'all heard. That's not Tanz's. That's not Tanzas. So that's why I had to come before you all to clear up her name. Tanzas was not over there trying to run no play. Tanzas was there trying to win brownie points from me. Tanzas was not trying to check for me about me. And notice, she never came back and said nothing about 80s baby because she couldn't. She couldn't, because what she was trying to say about me, 80s babies checked her. Tanzas, keep doing your thing. You know we love you over here. Just keep doing your thing. And for the Rock Squad, y'all, go wherever y'all want to go at. Content creators that don't like me, even the content creators that keep taking jabs at me, y'all could go to their platforms. But as y'all could see, we're under attack. I'm under attack. And y'all affiliation with me, by y'all being over here with me, they're going to look at you sideways when you go in these chats. They're going to look at you sideways. They're going to want to know, they Rock Squad, why they over here? It's sad that it got to be that way. You know, it's sad that I got to these issues, but I got to address it. You know what I mean? But it's sad because it takes away from the case. But I'm just telling Rock Squad, you see what happened to Tanzas. Don't think that you're exempt. If you're in these chats with these content creators that don't like me, they looking at you sideways. They looking at you sideways because they wondering, why you over here? So y'all be careful when y'all go to these other platforms. Please be careful, because I don't want y'all to end up in the same predicament, same situation that Tanzas is in. Back to the real reason Shanquella was attacked, part 2. Y'all drop some comments and let me know what y'all thinking. Y'all drop a comment and let me know. As I stated before, there are a lot of theories on the motive. I gave y'all my theory. I still stand 10 toes down. Matter of fact, let me drop the link. I still stand 10 toes down as far as the motive. Being something that just happened. All right. I don't mean to skip over no comments. I'm going to start from and then work my way down. So y'all drop them comments. Ebony says, Shank, when Nazir confirmed Malik leaked the video, it made me wonder why Miss Robinson called out Elise for leaking the tape. Thoughts? That's a good point. Good point, Ebony. any new evidence will surface before the civil suit. I hope so. I hope so, Juanita. I hope so. Tommy says, Shank, we not going to worry about that BS, bro. That's facts. That's facts, Tommy. I see y'all down there. Warner says, I just think it was jealousy and a setup by Khalil. The $1 million question when it comes to Khalil, why didn't he intervene? Why didn't he stop it? Why did he lie to Shanquella's mother? He lied to her on the phone when he was in Mexico. He lied to her when he got back in the United States. Now, hypothetically speaking, let's say somebody in Mexico was forcing you to tell a lie, but you in the United States now. Why not come forward and tell what really happened? April says, I think because she was asked to go at the last minute, she didn't have to pay as much as everyone else, probably triggered DJ just a thought. Some people say that also, Miss April, that it's a strong possibility that DJ got mad, Shanquella got mad, something about that master bedroom, but some people have said that, Miss April. Brenda says, Khalil hated Shanquella. It seemed like that, don't it? I see you, I see through you. I see you, Coffee Girl. I see y'all. Salute, Ronnie. So, for those that just pulled up, Positive Vibe says, I wonder if the person who backed out of the trip has any knowledge about what happened. And why did that person back out? Good point, Positive Vibes. I think they do. I think whoever backed out, I think they know. Warner says, Khalil started hating Shanquella and her success. I think so. Juanita, who should we believe? Miss James says, nah, I figure she paid more because of the two that flaked out. Good point. And maybe that's what it was about. Salute, Shirley. Appreciate you for pulling up. Salute. Glad that you back with us, Shirley. Brenda says Khalil was a instigator. Because he ain't do nothing positive. Tanya said positive. It was said to be Joya, but at this point, we don't know who or how many were supposed to be on the trip. Juanita says, Ebony, that's a good question, but it's hard to tell. Because we got to also take into consideration the card game. We got to take consideration, I believe she texts her hairstylist, and the hairstylist asks her, was she okay? Ms. Groovy says, it ain't always about the material stuff. People be jealous of your personality, your energy, and the way other people love you. Don't I know that, Ms. Groovy? Don't I know? You know, don't I know? And that's facts, Ms. Groovy. Ebony says, I still think the two people that backed out were Joya and Nazia. Then Nazia came at the last minute. That's interesting, Ebony. That's interesting. Salute, Erica. Salute. That's interesting. Salute any and everybody that I didn't salute. But that's interesting. Because Nazia, I think Nazia was asked about the trip months ago. But Nazir wasn't sure. But maybe once Nazir found out Shanquella was coming, maybe that's why Nazir chose to come. Karen says, I believe it was about the room too, because they got there late. Shanquella got there early. She was going to leave and DJ couldn't pay. Just my thoughts. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. I see you down there. Assalamu alaikum. Karen says, I believe it was about the room too, because they got there late. Shanquella got there early. She was going to leave and DJ. Shanquella wanted that master room to be hers. Maybe. Salute, Netta Girl. Appreciate you for pulling up, Netta Girl. Knows why it happened. Why is he not telling it? If he says wants justice for Shanquella, why is it a secret? I agree. And that's when, like I said, for me, now, before he got there, I'm with him. Now, once he got back, like you said, and he even made a post all over a guy. He also spoke with the FBI. What did Nazir tell the FBI? I'm doing good fighting the flu, fighting this cold or flu, whatever you want to call it, but I'm doing good. I see you, Eye of the Storm. Salute, Trelane.
Salute, what's up, Roswell? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, talk to us.
All right, cool. I just needed to say something real quick about Danny's demonstration. So when she did the demonstration the other day, I wasn't aware. I thought it was a new demonstration, just like you. I wasn't aware that it was an old one, right? So I watched what she was saying, and I kind of paid attention to when she was talking to the concierge. He basically said what happened without saying it, because when she kept trying to ask him direct questions, he kept saying, no comment, I can't answer. Because he most likely doesn't want to get in trouble. But here's one particular thing she asked him, and she told him what happened without actually telling him. I think it's at like the 149 or 145 mark in her demonstration. She asked him what would happen if security needed to go to one of the villas. And when she asked him that, he said, if one of the neighboring villas, let's say if it's one particular night, one of the neighboring villas needed to call security. They call security. Security's supposed to go check on them, and they're not able to check on them. Whatever the case may be, they don't check on them. The next morning, like I said, whatever disturbance happened at night, security needed to be called, but for whatever reason, they couldn't check on them. The next morning, security is able to go check on them in that particular villa. And if this is the exact words out the concierge's mouth, he said, if security goes to the room and the person in the room, and security gets to the room and they say, and security notices the bump on someone's eye. He said security goes to the room and they notice the bump on someone's eye. And then the people there say it wasn't nothing but just a fight. Nothing happened. And then he said, after they tell him, security said after nothing happened, the person goes and takes a cab to the airport and then leaves. And then right after he said that, Danny said, right out of her mouth, Danny said, why did he say that? Because he told you what happened. Shank, you're absolutely right. I didn't believe this at first, but something happened that night where security needed to be called. And I don't know what the reason is they didn't check on them, because maybe it was 2, 3, 4 in the morning, whatever the case may be. But I truly believe something happened that night, and security didn't check that Friday night, but they checked Saturday morning. And when they went there, security noticed the bump on her eye, and that's when the friends told the security, nothing happened, it was just a fight. And then that's when they told security nothing happened, it was just a fight. And then they ended up taking the cab to the airport the next day. I truly, and I'm so glad you recap on a lot of these cases, because you miss certain things, and certain things start to really come back to you once you really start to backtrack. So I'm really happy that you started to backtrack on these cases because I just realized that listening to her old demonstration. Something happened that night. And I think something really happened that bad that night to the point where security needed to be called. I just don't know why they didn't check on them. But he told it. He said it. He said it right out his mouth. He was telling her without telling her exactly what happened right then and there. And she caught it. She said, "Oh, why did he say that?" He didn't say anything else general that whole time. But that statement right there said a mouthful. And I understand what she was saying.
Wow.
Just go back and look at it. You see exactly what I'm talking about. Hold on one sec.
All right. Wow.
Good.
I'm gonna mute your mic until you get your audio. I see not a girl heard that part. Marty says, do we know why and when security was called and who? I see through you said he also mentioned something about stairs. Stepping in as I tip my hat to y'all. Appreciate you, Chef. Amazing. Appreciate you. Shirley says sometimes people be jealous of just who you are. That's facts. I ain't paying attention to my troublemakers with y'all cracks. Positive vibe. I ain't paying attention to y'all crack. But that's facts though, Shirley. Sometimes people be jealous of just who you are. You ain't even got to have nothing. They can have more material things than you. It's you. It's that demon that's in them. It's that devil that they're vexed with. That's what it is. It's that demon that's in them.
Right. Shank, and you know what? You made another good point too. When you were talking about the motive.
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe that Dejanay, like you said, the way she was talking about them, like if you watch the Tubi movie, like some people believe, take the Tubi movie with a grain of salt. Some people actually believe it. The first part in that Tubi movie, when they all, I think they're in a club or something like that, and they sitting at a table, and the Dejanay character says something, and Quella says, "Oh, don't be mad because you're broke."
Yep.
She said that, and then she's walking around the hallway when she looking for them to go skinny dipping in the pool with her. Where y'all hoes at? This and that. Yeah. Then at the when they doing the exercise once again. Oh, Deja, we know you wasn't working on your upper body. Yeah. I think after a while she got tired of it, and it builds up after a certain point. You can only poke the sleeping bear a few times before it comes back to you. And I think that's what happened, man. I think she just, and like you say, I think that's maybe the way she was. I don't think she meant any harm by it. Maybe that's how she is. Maybe she did feel like she was maybe above them because she had money. I don't know. But I'm not going to sit here and say that. At the end of the day, that's no reason to unalive someone for that particular reason. So I just don't understand why they felt the need that they really needed to unalive her, even if they were jealous. Like you say, everybody has their inner demons. And I think Dejanay had like a lot of inner demons, a lot of stuff off her chest that she wanted to get off. And I think she just took it out on Quella. I really think she just took it out on Quella, and they really took it too far. And I think that it's to the point where once Quella was attacked, I really believe that once they did that, they couldn't let her come back home. Once they attacked her, they couldn't let her come back home, knowing what they did to her. You can't attack somebody like that and think you're going to come back to North Carolina and everything is going to be sweet. No, there's going to be problems when it would have been problems when Quella got back. That's why I think they meant to. At first, I don't know if they meant to unalive her, but at that point, once they did, I think they had no choice because they wasn't going to let her come back to tell the story of what happened. She could have went to the cops. Whoever knows what, you know what I'm saying? Anything could have happened. Hold on a sec.
Once it went left, and I'm with Trelane, once it went left, it was like, look, it is what it is. But I don't think coming out the gate, the assignment was to unalive her. I mean, and I know y'all gonna, if I'm given an assignment, to delete you, I ain't fighting you. You might get out on me. It is what it is. If I get an assignment to delete somebody, I'm gonna get the easiest way to delete them. Put that pistol in my hand. That's the easiest way to delete somebody. Give me a pistol. Me fighting him, he might get out on me. So I don't think that. I'm with you, James. A beatdown gone wrong. That's where I'm at with it. And I don't mean to skip over. Let me grab some comments. I don't want to skip over no comments. Tanzer says, if they were out by the pool or by those stairs where they were doing the push-ups. Good point, Tanzer. Marty says, I see through you. Yes. Shay Love says, I don't believe the attack was intended. They aren't built for that. No, right. I mean, and Greensboro brawl, she's really not built like that. Hence, some females that was with it. She froze up. Give me a minute, Shell. I'm gonna bring you in. Juanita got that. I was saying that sometimes we need to read between the lines. I'm about to come to you, Shell. Did the other villa have cameras as well? And I wonder what those cameras could have recorded. Come on in, Shell. I'm gonna come back to the chat. I see you, Mel. Come on in, Shell. Come on in, Shell. All right, I'll wait for Shell to come in. Let me get back to some comments. Chef Amazing says, it's a awful, sad, damn shame that out of 6 people, nobody stood up to say that's enough and stop it. To sit and watch it that go on and nobody stop it. Where's the integrity of one? Exactly. Mine. Juanita says, Shank, I said that long time ago. It just went left and unfortunately she passed. That's where I'm at. I see through you says, not making any excuses for unattractive DJ, but Shanquella had embarrassed DJ. She couldn't take it, blacked out. That's what I'm. Is maybe Shanquella had bad intentions. I don't see it, but I don't know. But I know just everybody don't play like that. Now, let's say if it would have been just Shanquella and maybe one of them, then yeah, they probably could have took it better. But it's 3 of them. Shanquella don't rock with them like that. So it's 3 of them. That now here comes Shanquella. Where y'all hoes at? Who she calling a hoe? Man, I'm sick of her. Now I could be wrong. Y'all know the old man ain't got no problem with saying I could be wrong. But to me, that's more of a motive than anything else. So that's just where I'm at with it. And I don't mean to skip over y'all comments. All right, Shell. Shell says stream y'all ain't working. All right, I see y'all. Let me see. Let me come back up. I'm going to backtrack. If I skip anybody, I apologize. Tina says, maybe Shanquella saw something that she wasn't supposed to, and they didn't want it to get out, or they saw a text to someone in her phone, and whoever had her phone saw it and told or showed it. Now, that's a good point, and we went over that before, Tina. Before. Mel says, Shank, I always ask what was the end game. I said, no way she could go back find her like that. Facts, Mel. Another girl says, I think DJ goes for bad and got tired of hearing Shanquella kidding with her when they weren't tight like that. Some people have a short fuse and explode. That's where I'm at, another girl. That's where I'm at. I'm right there. Come on in, Trelane. Salute, Cassandra.
Hey Shank, hey Rock Squad.
See you, beautiful B. Go ahead, Cassandra.
Yeah, I was trying to say, well, to me, I just disagree with y'all. At the end of the day, that girl, they planned that. They meant to kill that girl. Okay, because once she got on the floor, that would have been it. She continued. She continued and she continued and she continued. And they stood there and watched. Period. This is just my opinion from what I seen. And they stood there and watched.
And you've always said that, though, Cassandra. You always said that. And you're right. That's your
I'm
opinion.
standing by that.
Yeah, you've always said that.
Right. There are plenty of street fights. Plenty of street fights. People get beat down. They get knocked out. Some people even get killed. But not a lot. It doesn't really happen like that. Some people. I know. I've heard of um, students fighting in the bathroom, and I think it was one young lady. She passed because she hit her head on the sink. Right, but it wasn't because no one was beating on her head or banging, punching her on her neck. Those girls, they meant to do that. Because if they didn't meant to do it, they would have said, you know what, miss? We had a fight and they didn't turn out right. It was a mistake. I'm sorry. They would apologize. They lied. They meant it.
A lot of people feel like you, Cassandra. You're not the only one that feel that way. A lot of people feel like you feel.
Cassandra, I agree with you too when you said that, because at first I thought the Dejanay attack, like I said, it was pretty brutal. Don't get me wrong. But once they showed the autopsy, like that little drawing they did that showed all of the injuries that she had, that's a lot deeper than just a regular fight. Like, she had the ankle marks, the injuries to her pelvic area. She had way too many injuries that weren't consistent with that 20-second Dejanay attack. So it's more to it. More stuff happened to her. Like another person said, it. I believe they dragged her out the room, dragged her somewhere, did something to her ankles. She had injuries to like her pelvic fiber area. That says more than what Dejanay didn't injure her there. From the video I saw, I didn't see her head in that area. So where'd she get them injuries from? Injuries to her wrist. She had a lot of injuries. That's a lot more than what we saw in that fight video. And they really did a number on her. And until, like you say, some people have seen that second video, I don't know if it exists. I don't know if it doesn't. But if it does exist, they did a number on her. And it's not right. And it's so, and it really hurts, because knowing that she was there alone and Khalil should have been there to help her. But once Khalil turned his back on her, she was by herself. Like everybody said, she didn't really know these guys. She didn't really know the Cabo Six. She was by herself. I can imagine, you just can't imagine what was going through her head at that point in time. It sucks.
My bad, Trelane. Drop a one. Drop a one if y'all still feel like it was an assignment to delete her. Drop a one. Go ahead, Cassandra or Trelane.
No, you're right. You're right. I agree with you, because it was just too much going on. It was too much going on. Nobody broke it up. They continued. It was a beat down morning. It had to be more than 20 minutes. All right. And normally when two people get into a fight, you get tired, you lose your breath. It had to be more that happened to that young lady.
And see, a lot of people still feels as though it was an assignment. A lot of people still feel that way. And
It
you know,
was.
and
Once
that's
she said, when they said, "You're not going to fight back," when she said no, she already knew that everybody was against her. That's why she said no. She had no one to defend her.
that's right, Chef. Chef says, so how is it that America can go get four black people that crossed the border in a car captured by the cartel and they go kill them? This young lady was unalive on tape and nothing. Exactly. Salute, Miss Groovy.
Salute, Shank. Happy New Year, everybody. I was listening to the young lady, I think that was Shell speaking.
No, that's
Um,
Kassan.
oh, Cassandra, I'm sorry. Um, I was thinking about what she just said when she said that she was really alone by herself with these animals. And I'm gonna just say it like I mean it. Because how? I mean, everything in me makes me go to my friend group. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to this situation itself. Like, how can you call this girl your friend? How can you call this girl your friend? Even an associate. I'm not going to stand around and just watch somebody beat them mercifully. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's the part that's like driving me crazy that y'all saw this. Everybody, the world saw this. This young lady get beat down badly, and everybody in the room didn't do nothing. Nothing. Nobody said, stop, that's enough. Nothing. Not even the person who was supposed to be her quote unquote bestie. They're going to have to do something. Because this is, every time I think about this situation, it pisses me off. Because nobody deserves to get done like she was dead.
No, no.
I think about my nieces, my little cousins, my daughter. Do you know the lengths I would go to for my child?
Right.
I would be in the police station with my little board and my number with a big smile on my face. I did it. Yeah, I did it. Cause I mean, like, when we were younger, how our parents used to say, "I brought you in this world, I'll take you out." Okay, well, our parents ain't saying that no more because we grown, of course. But we would say that to our kids. We would turn around and say that to our children. I brought you in this world, I'll take you out. But don't nobody else have the right to do that.
No, no.
Nobody has the right to take my child from me. Not the police, and not another human being on this earth has the right to do that. Y'all telling these people since y'all ain't arrested, y'all ain't extradited, y'all ain't lock them up, y'all ain't do nothing. Y'all telling them that they had the right to take my child's life for 15 whole months. We've been talking about the same thing. And you telling me what you're showing me is that these six people against my one daughter,
Yes.
and they had the right to take her life. Make that make sense for me. I digress.
Slide in, Mel.
Hey, salute Shank and Trelane. I think that was Cassandra. Shank, you know where I am with this, and it's connecting those people together to make them all want to go on a trip to Cabo, Mexico, and stay in the most expensive villa there. How close, like, what are the connection of those six or seven or eight people that brought them together for that trip? Well, if we take Shanquella out of the equation, because it said that she was invited late, who were the people that were actually missing, and what made Khalid just say, "Oh well, I'll just ask Shanquella." Like I'm still struggling with connecting those people together.
Well, we do know that Malik and Dejanay are either family or really close friends, and they're in Connecticut. The rest of them are from North Carolina.
Right, but it don't make them friends. So if I'm gonna spend that kind of money, maybe it's gonna cost my portion, even without my airfare, maybe about close to 2 grand. Who do I want to spend that kind of money on? Like, I'm going to go somewhere and I only know one person and everybody else is just throw-ins and I'm just going to hope we vibe. You feel me? Like, I'm just going to hope I vibe with these other people. I don't even really, I know of them, but I don't really know how they are. So I'm going to just dish out 2 grand and go and vibe with, and, stay in a villa with, like, I mean, we had a meet and greet. That was like what most of us could drive where we went. But we're talking about Nazir saying we're 2,000 miles away from home in another man's land. That was a very important statement that he made. So who goes that far away from home, spend that type of money to get there, and don't vibe with the people that's there? That's my struggle now, is just trying to piece those people together to make, even if we take Shanquella out of the equation, just make those people want a vacation together when they don't all connect.
Hmm. Mutual
One.
connections.
I'm gonna let you finish, Mel. Drop a one in the chat if you think, if you feel like it was a setup. Drop a one in the chat if you think like it was an assignment to delete Shanquilla way before they got to Mexico. All right, come back in, Mel.
You know how I feel about that.
So if we explored that, and I was listening to Trelane, who was the person that took the cab to go to the airport the next morning?
What do you mean?
Well, that was came out of
All
some
of
of
them.
the interview from the country. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. All of them didn't leave in the morning because Nazir didn't get there till the afternoon. And that
Wait
takes
a
me
minute.
back to that one guy that did that thing on Facebook last year. And
Mrs.
then in his
Zaniqua?
storytelling, he said, "Why did you leave early? You must already know she was going up." And I always wonder who he was referring to. So now this thing about the concierge statement when he said, well, somebody got up in the morning and took a cab to the airport and left. Who was that? It wasn't them. So who was it?
Hmm.
Could it have been the person that didn't sign the guest list on line one?
Probably.
Shank, seems like that mystery person is coming back into play, right?
Because they did say that Shanquella and a guy got there at the same time, right?
I just think that if they if they didn't set her up before they got there, they did it while they got there. They did it that night or that day of.
While they was there.
Because my thing is that, right? If you guys spend all this money, right, for this trip, and a fight happens, and you see that potentially this person is gonna be beat to death, you don't step in and say, wait a minute, if this person beats this person to death, we all going down, right? Nobody
You
steps
would
in
think.
because it was a setup. They already knew what they was gonna do. They already knew how they was gonna leave, and they already know how everything was gonna happen.
See,
Shank, can I start in for 1 minute?
yeah, come on. Before you, okay,
I,
come
I
on,
just want to I
come on.
just want to clarify something. I did the research. No, excuse me. No one let them leave Mexico. They had nothing holding them there. So in the United States, if the police show up to a scene like that and they have suspicions, they're gonna arrest you and they're gonna hold you for questioning. In Mexico, they can't do that. In order for them to detain or arrest you, they have to do a full investigation. That goes to the DA. The DA then submits it to the judge, and the judge has to issue warrants for arrest. That's how they were able to leave. Nobody eased them out and slid them out. They just left because they couldn't be detained without a warrant.
How they get around the police though, Mel?
What did I tell you the other day? The only way they could have known that was the police had to tell them. So maybe they broke the police off. Only people would know that they needed a warrant to arrest them would be the police officers, right? They didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that's why they didn't sneak out. They didn't ease out. Nobody put them on a private jet. They flew home the same way they went there because Mexico can't hold you like the U.S. They need a whole investigation and a whole warrant that has to be signed by a judge. And that's how they left. And I believe they broke the police off because the only people that would know that they had to have a warrant would be the police officers. They would be the only one to know to tell them that they didn't know that.
Well, you know how I felt about that. I feel like it was planned months beforehand that they didn't like this girl.
Yeah, I mean, even if they planned it months in, I think the only thing that I want to clarify, because there's always been a talk on how they got away. Was it a private jet? Did they drive to Texas? They just left, y'all, because they had nothing to hold them there. They would have had to complete their investigation, send the investigation to the DA, the district attorney, or whoever. The district attorney would have had to hand deliver it to the judge, and the judge would have to sign all those warrants for arrest. So nobody snuck them out of Mexico. They just left. They were free to go. So I agree. Even if they planned it earlier, maybe someone found out that information in advance. So I agree if that's what happened.
But I do feel like it was planned before they even got there. And because I mean, think about it. They said Dejanay was in Mexico, but she went shopping, and then they said she was alcohol poisoning, but they were the ones who brought the alcohol. They were the ones who brought the alcohol in the house. Yes, it was some alcohol in the house because the concierge said that. But he also said that they went and brought alcohol into the house. So my thing was, If they brought alcohol into the house, how is it that she was the only one to supposedly have alcohol poisoning?
Well, I give credit to
If
Ricky
they brought it.
asking that question. He said, "How was all y'all drinking, but she was the only one that got sick?"
Right. And when I first came on, I said, I think they drugged her. And Shank was like, I was like, no, I think they really did. They drugged her. They put something in her drink.
And that's a strong possibility. It's a strong possibility. Even
Because
though,
remember, they was out there they was saying something about they was getting high or something.
but
Remember Khalil
but
said something about he was high?
but no narcotics, no alcohol, none of that was found in her system in the
Exactly.
autopsy. So that's why I was only saying because it was no narcotics or no alcohol found in her system during the
But
autopsy.
there are drugs out here that can be going in your system within 24 hours, right? You didn't know that?
I'm sorry, Miss Groovy. Say it again. I'm sorry.
And then not only
There
that, like when you have
there are
alcohol
certain
poison,
drugs out here.
and then not only that, like when you have alcohol poison.
Somebody got to turn a uh, uh,
There are drugs out here that can go into your system and be out of your system within 24 hours.
Shane,
yes, yes.
Or it won't show up in
I'm
your
sorry.
system.
What I'm saying is that because I had alcohol poisoning before, right? When
Yes.
you have when a person has alcohol poisoning, 9 times out of 10 they cannot get up. You're vomiting wherever you lay. You don't
Yep,
have energy to walk around. The only thing you want to do is get that alcohol out of your system.
by any means necessary.
So when they went back to the mother's house and told the mother that she had alcohol poisoning and she hit her head, that was a lie. You cannot move with alcohol poisoning. That should have been a big red flag right there. I had alcohol poisoning when I said I was in my 20s and I was drinking a whole bunch of Hennessy. I kept drinking and drinking and drinking and I tried to stand up. I could not get up. I was thrown up from the night all the way to the next afternoon. Alcohol poisoning is no joke. You cannot move. You can't really move.
Mm-mm. I was telling my niece the other day, I said, I know I broke my liver in about at least twice in my life drinking like that. You know what I'm saying? But you're right. You're 100% correct. I've had alcohol poisoning as well. And like I was so sick. Like even you said just, the next day. No, I was sick for the whole entire weekend. Like it just does it drains you because you're vomiting, then you're dry heaving, and then you try and eat something and it that comes back up. So it's like your body is trying to force the alcohol out of your system. So that's why I'm like, alcohol poisoning, that's a no for me. And then to hear about the bruises and scrapes and all of that stuff, come on now, people. Anybody with a brain can tell that that is not right for alcohol poisoning. And granted, remember a couple years ago, they did have people getting alcohol poisoning from liquor in Mexico. There was a couple people who passed away from drinking in Mexico, but that wasn't Shanquella's case because those people weren't beaten. Get what I'm saying? Yes, they did have alcohol poisoning. They clearly said that on the autopsy and all of that. But for them to not find a drop of alcohol in her system, a drop of a drug in her system, and y'all gonna say it's alcohol poisoning? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
I just
But
want to know
then you
what
got
time did the chef leave?
that's what
Did they
I
mention
asked
that?
too. No, I asked that same question like months ago. Like, what time did the chef leave? Nobody knew. Um, Another thing I had questioned was, remember when they said that Winter slammed Shanquella? And I was
Yes.
asking Shank and them, I said, okay, maybe she didn't pick her up off the floor, but maybe she just kind of sat over her and slammed her down like the girl in the Frenemies movie. You saw how that girl slam like she was in the bathroom on the floor, like she was crawling towards the bathroom, and then she just sat her up and just slammed her back down to the floor. You know what I'm talking about, Shank?
You talking
Anybody
about
who watched
you
the
talking
movie?
about in the frenemies, or you talking about what people say they saw in the actual footage of her putting hands on?
I'm saying in general. Like, could it be that she didn't literally like pick her up off the floor and slam her, but she may have slammed her like back onto the floor because the floors are concrete. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay, if you remember, go back into the movie. Just think about the movie when she was crawling to the bathroom and that girl got on top of her and she like lifted her up and then she slammed her on the floor in the
They showed that in
bathroom.
frenemies.
Huh?
They showed that in frenemies.
Yes. And then after that, that's when the boy was on. You saw the boy on the phone talking about Deja didn't mean to do it, or Deja didn't mean to unalive her on the movie. And then like that was part of it, and I was like, I said to you, and you said I had to ask Shell. I think you said no, Squeak. You said I don't know. You may have to ask Squeak that. And I was like, maybe that's what she did. Like she grabbed her and just like slammed her backwards on the floor.
See, here's my thing. Here's my thing with Winter body slamming her.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna go far out there. And I'm gonna take everything that y'all throw at me. Cause this one, I'm gonna go way out there. So y'all start throwing stuff at me. I don't think that Winter was strong enough to body slam Shanquella.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it was somebody else who did that. A guy.
I thought that too.
There had to be a guy. Because first of all, didn't Winter have fake nails on? You can't
Yes.
grip with fake nails on.
Cassandra, you echoing. I think you got your TV or something else turned on. You echoing.
You can't grip with fake nails on.
Squeak said, but she did. Now, I've from everybody that say they saw the footage, I believe everybody that I heard, they all said they seen Winter body slamming her. Some people said they seen her pick Shanquella up by her neck. Now, in my opinion, if she body slammed her, she wouldn't have been able to pick her up by her neck, maybe grab her from around her waist and sling her or something like that. But to pick somebody up from their neck, I'll take that, Juanita. I'll take that, Juanita. Juanita says, Shank, people never know their strength. It is possible. And I'll take that. I'll take that.
Especially when they have rage on them.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
I think it was that same. I think it was that person when they had that fight at that club. I don't know whose sister that was. It was a transgender. I think that person looked like she could have looked like Winter in that video because they were the same complexion.
Well,
Because the way she was fighting that day at that club,
some people feel like
I said, this person is wild.
some people feel like the Transformer did it or the Transformer was there. Some people now. Tanza says that adrenaline out of the storm says she got off live to body slam her though. Squeak says she was sitting up on the floor, Shank. I'll take all of that. I'll take all of that. Come on back in, Miss Groovy or Cassandra.
Oh shoot, I just lost my train of thought. Because I was trying to read the comments.
Yeah, I'm definitely with Marty.
Oh, somebody said the streets. Somebody said they surprised the streets haven't gotten them.
You way behind in the comments. You got to catch up.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, you way behind. But I'm with you, Marty. The trans wasn't there. The Transformer wasn't there. But a lot of people feel like the Transformer was there, though. But yeah, you way behind in the comments.
Oh, I know what I wanted to say.
We'll find out who was there during that lawsuit, that civil lawsuit. We'll really find out who was there and who wasn't there.
It's gonna come out.
You know, this reminds me of that movie Taken. Remember that movie Taken?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where that guy, he had to go to another country to get he had to get justice for his daughter. And it's the same thing where what's her name? The lawyer had to do.
And that was a good movie. That was a good movie.
Take a look at that movie. Similar.
Remember that
it's
video
very similar.
I sent you of Winter talking about the incident, Shank?
Yeah, right, the audio. Go ahead. Come on.
Remember,
finish.
wait, here's a point she said. She said, y'all did not see me on a video fighting anybody.
I know where you're going at. Look, I know where you're going. Salute, Shano. Salute, Shano. Appreciate you for pulling up. Salute, Shano. I know where you're going at, Miss Groovy, but come on, though. Come on.
She said, y'all didn't see me fight nobody on video. That lets me know that you did have something to do with this. You just didn't get yours videoed, but Dejanay did. And that mess about Malik waking up to the fight, I don't believe that because he was too ready.
Now, I want to talk about, because a lot of people feel the same way you feel about what Winter said. A lot of people, some content creators, as well as a lot of subscribers have said, see, she telling y'all she wasn't fighting in the video, but she telling y'all she was fighting. But I disagree. I've always disagreed with that. Like I said, some content creators and some subscribers have said, see, listen to what she's saying. She's not saying that she was fighting in that video, but she's saying that she was fighting her. That's not what she's saying.
She's saying what she said.
Oh, let me talk, Miss Groovy.
Go
Look,
ahead.
I got some hot dogs for you now. Let me talk now.
Some hot dogs?
Yeah, I got my famous hot dogs that nobody don't like. But hear me out now. Listen to what she said. All right. Now, she said I wasn't fighting in that video. the person that was fighting in that video ain't here to defend herself. Now, a lot of people, you know how people do, they gonna listen to something and they gonna take what they want to take out of it and run with it. How do you get her saying I wasn't fighting in the video? How do you get her fighting her out of that? I'm waiting.
Because she said, I was not in the, y'all didn't see me fighting nobody in the video. That's not to say that she didn't, and it's not to say that she did, but we
All right,
all know she did.
all right, listen
She
though.
had a hand in it because it was a couple young ladies who came on TikTok and was like,
I agree with Miss
them
Groovy
two, them two together,
because she didn't say I didn't touch
Dejanay and
Shanquella at
Risa.
all. She just said I wasn't
Right,
fighting in that video. Now, if you didn't touch her, why
right,
you didn't mention that? Why you didn't say you didn't put your
exactly,
hand on her, sweetheart?
exactly.
Let me slide in. Let's build off what you said. All right. I get high, y'all. Okay. Shank said he get high. So Shank get high off weed. Shank get high off pills. Shank get high off cocaine. Shank get high off this. Shank get high off that. All Shank said was he get high. Well, if he didn't get high off all them things, he would have said what he got. You can't. It's hyper. You can't. What I'm trying to say is that I'm looking for a word. You can't make something out of nothing.
Out of
She never
nothing.
said. Let me hold tight, ladies. Hold tight. She never said she was fighting her. Hold tight. She never said she was fighting her in another video. She never said she was fighting her off video. She said I wasn't fighting her in the video. She telling you she wasn't fighting her.
No, she said I was not fighting her in that video,
Mm.
is what she said.
And you get out of that. You get out of that that she was fighting her though. But she wasn't fighting
I
her in that
do.
video, but she was fighting her.
Yes.
All right. And y'all know how I
Yours
am.
just wasn't captured.
Look, y'all know how I am with the strong possibilities. I ain't even gonna get at a strong possibility. You can't now. Hear me out now. I'm not saying that she wasn't fighting her, but off of what she said, you can't say that. Well, she said she. Then listen to me now. Listen, I wasn't fighting her in that video. You can't make it means she was fighting her, but she just wasn't fighting her in that video. You have to stick with what she said. She wasn't fighting her in the video. And that's where it stands. That's where it starts. That's where it stops. She wasn't fighting her in the video. You can't make it to say, well, she wasn't fighting her in the video, but she was fighting her.
Hmm.
So then they wouldn't have said it was alcohol poisoning. Then I don't believe nothing they say. They all liars. They're big liars.
Okay, let me talk to Cassandra for a minute, Miss Groovy.
Okay.
Just for a second, Miss Groovy. Do you believe anything Nazia said, Cassandra? Anything? Miss Groovy, anybody? Do y'all believe anything Nazia said?
The only thing I believe that Nazir said is when he said he got there on Saturday.
You don't believe him when he said it's bigger than what y'all think?
I believe that too.
What about you, Cassandra? Talk to me.
Nazir's a damn liar. Okay? He's a liar. He was there. Okay? He was there. He witnessed, he watched them leave, he left with them. He was there. Okay? And everything is gonna come out during this civil suit. If they all if he was there to witness when they all went to Shanquella's mother's house and said, oh, it was alcohol poisoning, and he didn't stand up for Shanquella, I don't believe nothing he said.
I'm reading, y'all.
Drop a one. Drop a one if you don't believe nothing that Nazir said. Drop a one if you don't believe nothing that Nazir said. Drop a one.
Ida Storm said no thing. But I do believe it's bigger than what we saying because it's just too much stuff. Like I think is we did get a lot of misinformation, but we got a lot of information. Period. You know what I'm
Let me
saying?
plug. Let me plug the up and coming switching lanes. Y'all got to make sure y'all check this out. Switching lanes, featuring Charleston White, starring Miss Parker and Shank Rock, featuring members from the Rock Squad, a blogger's perspective. I wasn't there. Coming soon. Y'all have to check this out. A blogger's perspective. I wasn't there. Coming soon. Featuring the number one YouTuber, Charleston White, starring Miss Parker and Shank Rock, featuring members from the Rock Squad. A blogger's perspective. I wasn't there.
Ida Storm said, I want to know how Nazir knew how Malik shared the video. I'm just like this. I feel like all six of them need to go to jail, get justice for Shanquella, and lock them all up,
I agree. I agree.
especially Dejanay. But what
I
I
agree.
was saying is, it's a girl who came on TikTok, a couple of them, who came on TikTok and was like, them two terrorized them during high school.
I've heard that. I've heard that.
Dejanay and Winter terrorized them during their high school years.
I've heard that.
Then you turn around and they all go to North Carolina State, right? That's the connection I think um, Mel was looking for. They all went to school together, college together. Shanquilla came home, did her thing, got her businesses up and running, and she used her PPP loan wisely. And they didn't.
I agree. I agree.
She did it to make her bag bigger. They did it just to have it. And then Khalil, who probably didn't have the money to travel with them, decided, oh, Shanquilla will pay my way. If they missing two people, me and her could go, and she know these people, but she don't know these people. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
And so Shanquilla was like, okay, let's go. You know what I'm saying? We gonna have some fun. Maybe I'll get to know them better. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to celebrate, trying to be in a celebratory mood. But I really do feel like when she texts her hairdresser, that was a warning signal
I agree.
because you do hair. And this is not your first wig. You do hair. There is no way she would not have known how to fix her baby hairs. No way possible. If that had been her first wig, I could say yeah, maybe.
I just want to say
But
that, you know, mostly all of them went to college, right? That's what I'm
mhm,
getting. That's what I'm hearing. They all went
yes,
to college. Even if they didn't get their loans forgiven or whatever like that, they made it happen, right? The whole thing is nobody really knows until we get those documents from the FBI stating what they said. The only way we're gonna really find out what happened, hopefully with this civil suit. And I don't know what the outcome will be, but I just know that if they did all of this college and they did all these years in college and they got businesses, because all of them got businesses now,
mhm,
why wouldn't they want to speak up now before they're found guilty? You get what I'm saying, Shank?
Which,
You just gonna let all of that go down the drain? That's what the whole issue is. Like, you work so hard for everything that you have. All of them did. Because, going to college, just like putting in a bid, doing 4 years. Some people do 5 years, some people do 6 years. You gotta be consistent. You gotta finish. To let all of that just go down the drain. Did they tell the FBI it was alcohol poisoning? Did they
yes.
speak to the FBI? Did they do an investigation? Was there an interview? Those are the things that we need to know. Because if
well,
not, we're gonna keep speculating.
according
Or
to
for the video, or for other videos that we see.
according to the FBI stated they're not prosecuting them because they don't have enough evidence. The FBI stated the travel mates, the friends, all agreed that Shanquella agreed to the fight. That's what we know coming from the FBI. That
Which we know was a lie. But
right.
go ahead, Shay.
Now you could come in now, but you're right.
We know that that's a lie because I don't care if you a fighter or not. If somebody coming to attack you, you gonna get in some kind of stance, whether it's balling your fists up. You're not gonna stand there with your hands down to your waist. If somebody is coming to attack you, you gonna at least put your arms up to protect your face. You gonna ball your fists up. You gonna get in a stance where you think you got your balance. You're gonna do something if you agree to a fight.
Even while she getting hit, she just stand
Exactly.
there. And if I'm getting hit and I can't defend myself, get them off me. Somebody help me. That's
Something.
anybody gonna put up a fight. And when they can't fight no more, they gonna crawl up. Help, get them off me.
But that's what I'm saying. Like when she got out of that
But she
bed,
said she didn't want to fight. So did the
right.
FBI see the video? When she said no,
Yes,
that's
they
proof.
had to see this video. Because he
So
said,
yeah, this is
"What, Quilla,
something,
will you at least fight back?"
something
And
ain't right.
she clearly said no. You heard that better than you heard anything else. You heard her say no.
You heard that, didn't you? Tommy said, I don't know about all that, Shank. But Tommy, if you seen the video, she just freeze up. She just standing like that. Now, Tommy, you gonna throw them hands. Either you gonna throw them hands or you gonna get low or you go, but you're just not gonna be like this, Tommy, while somebody just wailing on you. You gonna throw them hands, you gonna get low or you gonna ball up. She ain't even throw them hands.
And like I said before, had she thrown one punch, even if it was a slight, you know, reflex, if she would have threw one punch, Dejanay would have had her protecting herself. She would have been able to say, she hit me, so I was protecting myself. But the fact that Shanquella didn't throw one punch made this an assault.
Let me let our new panelists slide in. Salute Erica Davis. Never seen you on the panel before. Appreciate you for pulling up. Talk to us.
Looked up drugs that last in your system for 12 hours: coke, cocaine, amphetamines. Um, they all last in your system for 12 to 24 hours in blood.
What drug do you think that she could have had in her system? Or do you think she had any drugs in her system?
I think she might have had Ambien in her system.
So it is a possibility that they did drug her.
Yes.
But she was able to stand up.
Ambien
She got out of the bed.
wouldn't keep you from standing.
A person that's drugged, it's hard for them to really stand. She was standing straight up.
I'm looking for something, y'all, if y'all hear rattling. But what I'm saying is, even with Ambien, like being in your, even if they gave her Ambien, okay, she would still be able to stand. She would be able to stand up.
Not necessarily. If they gave her enough Ambien, she wouldn't be able to stand up.
Right. But if they gave her enough for her to fall asleep,
Can I have some of your potato chips, Miss Groovy?
I'm not in no potato chip bag.
What you got? What you got ruffling in my on my panel?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's in my headset. I was looking for something.
So 15 months later, we're still at odds. We still are wondering exactly what was the motive behind Shanquella losing her life. Was it money? Was it jealousy? What was it that caused her to lose her life? There are a
I
lot of
think it was a mixture of all of it.
And didn't they say somewhere in the beginning that she ratted on somebody or something of that some nature?
I heard that too. I heard that in the beginning. She supposedly had snitched on somebody and got them locked up.
And it was Dejanay's cousin.
Hmm.
first I heard it was her aunt.
It was a plan from the day that she arrived. You
Let me
know,
ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this.
there was tensions.
Let me ask y'all this.
And it just so happened to be it was a little, it was something little that turned into something big.
Let me just ask y'all this.
That's what I'm feeling right now.
Can you hear me, Cassandra?
From her comments, it could have been from previous comments, months or years ahead. We don't know, but that's what it seems like.
Erica, let me talk to you.
Okay.
Somebody put a hit out on somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
They use you to pull the hit off.
Mm-hmm.
How you gonna unalive him?
I'm gonna shoot him.
Is you gonna fight him?
No.
I mean, it's just that simple. It's like you putting a hit on somebody, and this person that had gonna do the hit, they gonna fight her. Don't work like that. It don't work like that. This is one of the things pertaining to the case. I'm
Just like
stand,
recently,
hold tight. I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on, because that's not how you pull a hit. I mean, come on, Cassandra.
so recently in the news, there has been a couple that was shot in their vehicle. I don't know if you heard about it. A pregnant woman
Yes,
and her
Mm-hmm.
boyfriend. Right. They were shot. That was a hit. Right. Those people that did it, they're caught. Right.
yes.
Shanquella's murderers got away. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing to get away. Not everybody's gonna use the bullet or the gun.
Why
They
recorded
got
though?
away. They got
Why?
away for now. They got
But
away. Look how fast they caught these people that shot these people in the vehicle.
why
They
recorded?
caught them within 5-6 days.
Can you hear me, Cassandra? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Why recorded?
because they recorded it for their own purposes. They didn't mean to send it out. That's
Malik
what happened.
Malik meant to send it out. Malik sent it to a group chat. He meant to send it out. He recorded, look what I woke up to, and sent it to a group chat.
Right, but they knew that they were gonna get away anyway because it was a fight to make it look like a fight. Not a hit, not an assassin, not an assassinate, but not a murder, but a fight. But a fight to murder.
No, no. The old man ain't buying that, y'all. That's not how it go.
All right. Okay.
I mean, I'm rocking with y'all, but if it's a hit, pow pow. It's simple. It's easy. It's just that simple and easy. A fight, no, no.
You ever watch that show, How to Get Away with Murder?
Yes.
It's very interesting.
Well, as y'all can see, I done put this third flu up in me. I'm getting drowsy. Any last words, Cassandra, before we get out of here? Any last words, Miss Groovy, before we get out of here? Any last words, Erica, before we get out of here?
No.
Appreciate you for pulling up, Erica.
Thanks.
Miss Groovy, any last words before we get out of here? Cassandra, any last words before we get out of here? I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Once again, justice for Shanquella. Big shout out to Kansas, the #1 bartender. I appreciate the wonderful work that you do. Continue to be the great moderator that you are. Continue to do the great work that you do. Big shout out to Kansas. Remember, everybody, justice for Shanquella Robinson. I'll see everybody back tomorrow for another demonstration. Make sure everybody is subscribed to the backup channel, Shank Rock Films. Let me drop that link, because some of the demonstrations I will be doing on the backup channel. I'm about to drop the link to the backup channel. Make sure everybody is subscribed to the backup channel, because I will be doing demonstrations on the backup channel. This is the link to the backup channel. I appreciate everybody that's saying we hope you feel better, Shank. That's the link to the backup channel. And remember, be on the lookout for Switching Lanes, a blogger's perspective. I wasn't there, featuring the #1 YouTuber, Charleston White, starring Shank Rock and Miss Parker, featuring members of the Rock Squad, a blogger's perspective. I wasn't there. Coming soon. Salute, everybody. I'll see y'all tomorrow.